So hi friends and welcome back. So today is the third lecture of our module 1, that is engineering thermodynamics. So in first video we had discussed about the introduction to engineering thermodynamics. Okay, so that video you can see on my left hand side. So this is the video which we had discussed in the first day. Okay, so in second video we had discussed about the thermodynamic system and its types. Okay, so that video you can see on my right hand side. So this is the video which we had discussed on the second day. Okay, now today we will discuss the thermodynamic properties and its types. So I hope you will see the lecture till the end and you will enjoy it. Okay, so if you have any doubts then please ask me, and now without any further delay let's start. So this is the definition which you can write in your examination. Okay, so this is the definition of thermodynamic properties. Okay, so the characteristics which can be used to describe the condition or a state of a system is called as thermodynamic properties. Okay, I will repeat, the characteristics which can be used to describe the condition or a state of a system is called as thermodynamic properties. Okay, now what do you mean by characteristics? Now we will understand this word by an example. Okay, now among you all, some of the players are good at playing the cricket and some of the players are good at playing football. Okay, so basically characteristics is nothing but, in Hindi we can say it as visheshta. So someone who is good at playing cricket is known as its characteristic. Okay, so I hope you understood the meaning of characteristic word. Okay, so these are the example of thermodynamic properties. So temperature, energy, pressure, volume, etc. are the thermodynamic properties. Okay, so now we will see some basic points on the thermodynamic properties. These points are very important, so note it down and you can also write in your examination. Okay, so now these are the basic points on thermodynamic properties. Okay, so these are the important points, so note it down. So the first one is, property of a system is nothing but the characteristic of a system. Okay, so what is the characteristic? In Hindi we can say the visheshta. Okay, now the second point is, if we know at least two properties of any system at a particular point, then we can say that we know the state of the system at that particular point. Okay, I will repeat that, if we know at least two properties of any system at a particular point, then we can say that we know the state of the system at that particular point. Let's say for example, this is the P versus V graph. Okay, this is pressure and this is volume. Now this is the system. Okay, now we know the system at point 1 is at pressure P1. Okay, and the system at point 1 having pressure P1 and volume V1. Okay, now this system at point 2 is at pressure P2 and volume V2. Okay, so when we know at least two properties of a system at a particular point, then we can say that we know the state of that system at that point. Okay, so we know at point 1 the pressure of the system is P1 and volume is V1. Okay, so that means we know the state of that system at point 1, and at point 2 we know the properties, that is at point 2 the system has pressure P2 and volume V2. So we can say that we know the state at point 2 of this system. Okay, so I hope you understood this point. Now the third point is, if there is a change in properties of a system from one point to other, then we can say that there is a change of state from one point to other. Okay, now only we had seen that we know the properties at point 1, that is pressure P1 and volume V1, and when this system is at point 2 its property changes, that is P2 and V2. So we can say there is a change in state of the system from state 1 to state 2. Okay, now the fourth point which I will write is the very important point, so note that point. Okay, so this is the important point, that if the change in properties is continuous or change in state is continuous, then we can say that change as process. So now we will see types of thermodynamic properties. So there are two types of thermodynamic properties. First is intensive property and second is extensive property. Okay, so what is intensive property? The properties which are independent of mass, okay, are known as intensive properties. It should be independent of mass, and the properties which are dependent on mass are known as extensive properties. Okay, so how to remember that which is independent and which is dependent? So this name suggests intensive property, so it will be independent of mass, and rest is dependent on mass. Okay, so the properties which are independent of mass are known as intensive properties, and the properties which are dependent on mass are known as extensive properties. So the example of intensive property is pressure, temperature, and etc. And example of extensive property is volume, energy, etc. Now, how we will see that pressure, temperature, and etc. are independent of mass. So now I will show. So let's say this is the pen. Without the cap, the pen has mass 25 grams. Okay. Now the pressure on this pen will be equals to the atmospheric pressure or the pressure in this room. Okay. Now when I close the cap of this pen, the mass increases by 0.5 gram. So total mass of this pen will be 25.5 grams. Okay. Now mass has increased, but the pressure is not increasing because the pressure which is independent of mass. As you know, when I close this cap, the pressure on this pen does not changes. It is the same as the atmospheric pressure or the room pressure. I mean the pressure of this room. Or let's say understand with an example of temperature. Okay. Now similarly, this is the pen without the cap and it has mass 25 grams. Okay. So its temperature is equals to the room temperature. Now when I close this cap, its mass becomes 25.5 grams, but its temperature has not changed. It is now equals to the room temperature. Okay, its temperature has not increased or decreased. That means pressure, temperature are independent of mass, so they are the intensive properties. Now the rest, volume, energy, etc. are the extensive properties. Okay, so I hope you understood the difference between intensive property and extensive property. Now we will see a subtype of intensive property, that is specific properties. So specific property is the subcategory of intensive property. How? I will show. Now when the extensive properties are divided by the mass, they becomes the specific properties. Okay, so extensive properties are the properties which depends on the mass. So let's say this is the extensive properties which depends on mass. Okay, now when we divide it by the mass, it becomes independent of mass. So this is the specific properties. So as these properties becomes independent of mass, they are the intensive properties. Okay, so specific properties are the intensive properties. This is the important point, remember is. Okay, so for example, let us say specific volume, which is given by volume upon mass. So specific volume, its SI unit the SI unit of volume is meter cube and SI unit of mass is kg, so it will be meter cube per kg. So specific volume represents the volume present in 1 kilogram of mass. Okay, and also we have other example, energy upon mass. So this represents the amount of energy present in 1 kg of mass. So this is also a specific property. Okay, so the properties, the extensive properties which are divided by the mass becomes the specific properties, and specific properties are nothing but the intensive properties. Okay, so this is all about the thermodynamic properties. Now in next video we will discuss about the process and types of processes. Okay, so I hope you had enjoyed this lecture, and if you have any doubts then please ask me in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel for more educational videos, like and share. In next video we will discuss about the thermodynamic process, and we will see the different types of processes in thermodynamics. So have a good day and bye.